Hi there, oneTree fans. My name is John Lohr. I own Live Edge Design. We have found a beautiful, huge maple to salvage for the 2019-2020 oneTree exhibit in Victoria coming up next November. We're looking for artists. We're going to show you what we have available for wood. And so without further ado, we'll go to the wood pile. Okay, so the tree was huge. About 20 years ago it had all the big limbs at the top of the tree cut off. So as a result, a lot of the limbs look like this one. They're quite large, like 2 or 3 feet in diameter, but often a little bit of rot where they were cut off and exposed to the weather. So there's some healthy wood in this, but challenging to get a whole lot of lumber out of it. This massive piece of wood is about 1/4 of the trunk of the tree. You can see that there's actually some pretty punky wood in this in places. There's also some pretty solid wood, and it has the exterior is highly figured, the interior is full of spalt. We'll be able to get a lot of lumber out of these pieces, but there may be also some challenging soft or punky bits in it. On top of it, we've got a little pile of branches that came off the tree. These branches are anywhere from 1 inch to say 3 or 4 inches in diameter, and if anybody needs some branches for some character work, they would be available. This is another piece of the trunk of the tree. Hopefully you can see it's got a lot of different color and figure in it. There's these lines coming up through here. That'll all translate as a curly figure in parts of the wood, plus there's all kinds of spalt in that. Again, there's a little bit of rot, but there are big patches of healthy wood in that as well. But we chunked out some bits from the root of the tree. These are going to have lots of figure, lots of different grain direction, quite a bit of spalt in them. And they range from maybe 6 to 12 inches in both of the shorter dimensions, and they're about 1.5 to 2 feet long. These would be good for turning or carving. We won't put these in the kiln probably, so if you want green wood, this would be one of the first choices. Here we have some slabs and lumber that we've milled in the back 2 piles here. Some of it has been milled at 4 inches thick, and the thinnest has been milled at 1 1/4 inches thick. Some of them are anywhere from 8 to 10 or 12 feet long. So these pieces are probably for the furniture makers. You should be able to find some great character pieces of maple in there. Some would have some spalting, but a lot of this is from the bigger limbs, and it's just plain old nice lumber with a little bit of figure. So this is a very cool piece. This is about 1/4 of the trunk of the tree. It's got a little bit of everything in it. You can see a little bit of curly figure here. There's definitely some rot down there. I don't really even know what's under here. That'll be exciting when we open that up. But lots of lumber in this, and a huge amount of character. Finding a straight piece of grain in this tree will be a bit tricky, but if you like figured wood, it'll certainly be here. So that's it for our little wood tour. We don't really want people coming and picking wood until they've been accepted as a oneTree artist, so if you're interested in applying, get the forms off of our website or phone our office and ask for Christine. Once you are accepted, then you can come down and choose whatever wood you want. There will be a cost on the wood. The green wood will be a little less expensive. Anything that's figured will be a little bit more expensive. The process will be that we've already milled some of the wood. We're going to finish milling the wood. We'll keep a few big chunks aside for those who need bigger pieces for turnings or carvings. And once the wood is out of the kilns, all the people who want dry wood will be able to come down and pick it out then. We expect to have the wood in the artist's hands probably about next May, and then the pieces will need to be built and ready for a show starting middle of November 2019. Thanks again. Hope you participate.